It's Noreen for a new episode of How's It Growin'? It's time for an update. You aren't going to believe how big everything has gotten. Rick's doing my camera work for me today. Just thought it would be something different. There he is. Let's come on in and take a look. Look at how big it's all gotten. Look at my squash. We've already taken several squash out of here, and my tomatoes are going like nobody's business. And then we have a couple of new additions. This is a pear tree that I potted, and this is a peach tree.
I went the wrong way.
Huh?
I went the wrong way.
You went the wrong way. Uh-oh. This is a pear tree, and that's a peach tree, dwarf. And then I added another fig tree. And I got those from Stark Brothers, and they're fabulous.
Our giant rhubarb that's not supposed to grow here.
Right. Everybody told us it wouldn't grow here, but it comes back every single year. And this is green rhubarb, so it does not turn red. And I'll be cutting that back soon and probably making a crisp or something out of it. But show them these tomatoes. I mean, look, these are the Sweet 100s. And they're everywhere. There's tons of them. So in a couple of weeks, I imagine, we'll have a bunch of cherry tomatoes. And then I have buried among the cherries here, this is a Japanese black. I've never grown this variety, but it's got a lot of tomatoes coming on. And it's got, where are they? Here they are. There's some good growth on this. I've got a couple of aromas that just aren't doing so great, but they're still setting fruit. It's got a ton of fruit on it. These are aromas. This one's doing better, but it also has... I bought some of these last year, and they did really, really well. So, we'll see. I got my Cherokee purples, and there are a bunch of tomatoes on here. I think we're really going to do well this year. Last year was not a good year for tomatoes, but this year it seems it's going to be different. And you can see I probably need to pull some leaves off of here. And I have to come out here and pull suckers because I haven't done that for about a week or so. But these are all setting fruit very well. I haven't seen any blossom end drop yet. I also haven't seen any blossom drop.
Better knock on that fence.
Hmm?
Better knock on that fence.
Why?
It's wood.
Oh, yeah. Okay, knock wood. We've got a lot of yellow squash coming in. I had a problem with my pickle worm came back. It's typical here. They eat your squash and your cucumbers. You can see this white powder. I have spread dipple dust. But there's a bunch of yellow squash coming on. We have already picked a course of squash and a few zucchini in here. And they're wonderful. I made a frittata this morning and I put some of the squash in it. And we've got our grape tomatoes down here, and our brandywines, and our homestead. And Rick is showing you. Oh, there's one I didn't see before.
It's getting big there.
Huh. We'll have to yank that one in a day or so. There's another one down here too. It's looking real good. And these are all those volunteer tomatoes that were in the zucchini box that I went ahead and planted in here. And I think I'm just going to let them trail on the ground and see how they do instead of propping them up. These are Riesentraub grape, and they're called lemon grape. And I don't know which is which. We'll see what they produce. It'll just be interesting. I couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. So the eggplants are coming along as well. Actually, I think I had one on here. I do. There's one. And this is, what is this called? Gourmet Long Oriental. Got a lot of flowers and a lot of new eggplants that are coming on here. So
And the tomato there.
this is a volunteer that was, a squirrel probably stole a tomato and dropped it there when it was finished. So, and I got my berries. I've got black raspberries, red raspberries, and I can't, to be honest with you, I can't remember if there's some golden raspberries in there or not. And that thing just keeps going and going. And it's already put out a couple of suckers too, so that's a good thing. And I've got my sage. My burnet looks like it's getting ready to flower. And my thyme is so happy since I moved it. Remember, I used to have those in a big long box up on the deck. And they are very happy. As are these apple trees. I'm so excited about these. I'm pretty sure they're not going to fruit this year. I'm sure that I'll have to wait until next year for it to produce any fruit. But these have leafed out, all 4 of them, all down the line. You can see they've all leafed out beautifully. But I'm just going to let Rick pan across the garden so you can see everything. We've got lots of jalapenos coming on. We've got lots of bell peppers coming on, and I have sprayed the entire garden with my homemade bug spray made with the chilies and the garlic and everything else. This is the dog's favorite spot, is in the garden. Got lots of banana peppers coming on. Some that I'm probably going to need to come out and pick, probably tomorrow.
It's really hot and muggy out here right now, and the mosquitoes are horrible.
It is bad, so we're not going to stay out here very long. The cucumbers, I have the worst luck with cucumbers. I'm either not getting enough water or getting too much water, so we'll have to see what happens. They're fruiting. I see cucumbers on here, but like I said, I had to dust it with Eiffel dust, and I dusted the soil and I dusted the leaves. So hopefully I'll have to do that again. See, there's lots of cucumbers on here. These are the slicing cucumbers in this box, and there's more down there. You know, they're setting fruit, so I'm probably okay. Last year I couldn't grow a cucumber to save my life, so these are the pickling cucumbers here. And I think I had one. Yeah, here's one. But see, this is what happens. It grows, and then it gets all round like that. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So if any of you know what I'm doing wrong or have experienced the same thing in the past, perhaps I could learn from your... See, it's the same thing on this one. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. They're all the same, unless I'm just not waiting long enough, or maybe they're not getting enough water, but I don't know. My beans are being eaten by something, and I don't know what it is, but hopefully my bug spray I put on yesterday will stop that. They're only eating the beans, the pole beans. They're not bothering the other beans that I have behind Rick in the box, which are crawling all over the place at this point. So I'm hoping to have a nice harvest of beans. There's yellow wax beans in here and blue lake bush beans. So we've got cayennes in this box, and there's tons of them coming on too. I love the cayenne peppers. We do lots of those. Look at this one. There's a ton of them on here. I like to leave them on the bush until they're red, and then I pull them. Now this box over here, these are all the hybrid. These are bush. They're called Better Bush and Red Defender, And there are already lots of fruit on these. So I will be very interested to see how well these put on. They're a bit sturdier. They have a stronger trunk support than the other tomatoes that I have grown. I mean, look at this one's got a ton of tomatoes on it already. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 8 or so on here, with more on the way. We've also got some bell peppers over here. These are, I believe these are Declaration. Yes. And those are it escapes me. They're a resistant variety, pardon me. And then I've got an herb box over here. The basil's coming along well. I've already done one cutting on that. My cilantro and my parsley are looking great. And my oregano is coming along. So by the end of the summer, I ought to have tons of oregano to hang to dry. And my basil, I'm just going to make a bunch of pesto and put it in the sauce. And yes, I have to come in here with a weed eater and some hay and mulch in here. It's bad. My strawberries are putting out tons of runners, and they are happy, happy, happy plants. This is the best my strawberries have ever done. Moving them here from the box they were previously in was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh, putting his net over it helped too.
Yeah, putting the net over it made a big difference because the birds were not feasting on my berries like they once were. I think I pissed off a robin who frequents the yard, but I'm totally sorry about that. So, that's pretty much it for today.
What did you tell me about the good surprise?
The mulberry tree? I did not tell them that. This that you're looking at last year, I think in a previous video I mentioned that this tree planted itself last year and that I was going to have Rick cut it out of the box because I didn't want it there. But then about a month ago we realized this is a mulberry tree and it produces berries that the birds enjoy and they don't go after what you've planted if you have the mulberry tree there. Plus mulberries are completely edible and you can make all sorts of delicious things from them. So we went ahead and kept it. It planted itself smack in the middle of my hollyhock box. And I have a couple of hollyhocks that did decide to come up this year. And this is what those are here. Some of them have not unfurled yet. But I guess we'll just have to see what happens. So that's about it from our garden. It's nasty and gross out here, so I think that we're both going to go inside. And I hope you have a great week. And I'm going to try and do weekly updates from here on out because things are growing really fast. And this, you know, with the heat and everything we've been getting, things ought to really progress quickly from here on out. So I'm going to try and do weekly updates and get to all the special stuff and share that with you. And until I see you again, happy growing! Say bye, Sammy. Say bye.
Thank you.